Hello. We're often asked, what are the best questions to ask at Parents' Evening? It's a very rushed situation. Usually you have no more than 5 minutes, and we'd like to give you advice on how to use those 5 minutes as best as you possibly can to get the most information about your child. I'm Katie Craze.
And I'm Lorraine Yarderberg, and we work for JK Educate.
So in those 5 minutes, it's stressful for the teacher as well as stressful for the parents.
Yeah.
What's important is to ask the right questions. And the right questions are where you come out feeling that you've learned something that you didn't know before you went in. It's very easy to find out from the teachers that your child is very hardworking. It's very easy to find out that maybe they can get distracted or they tend to daydream. It's nice to know whether they are good with their homework and that they always put in their homework in time. It's nice to know that they work well with others. It's also nice to know that they did well in their most recent nativity play, where they did a stunning performance as Jesus. But what's really important is to learn things you didn't already know. For example, how are they doing compared to others nationally? Now, it's absolutely right not to share how they're doing compared to others in their class. But remember, being top of your class, go to another class in another school with the same year group. You might find they might not be in the same position. So what you need to do is have an idea from school on how are they doing compared to others nationally, whether your child's in year 3, whether your child's in year 4, year 5. That's very important. And the way that you do that is you ask that question, and the teachers need to be able to give you a way that they are tracking your child's progress. So it's important also to ask, what unit of measurement are you using to track my child's progress? And it's also really important to ask them, are they happy with the progress that they've made today? If it's your second Parents' Evening of the year, then it's important to ask, what progress has my child made since the last time we met? And again, what unit of measurement are you using to judge this? But if it's the first Parents' Evening of the year, so for example in October, November time, be aware that the new teacher will have lots of data on your child that will have been transferred from the previous year group and from the previous class teacher. And they will still be able to make a very good feedback on how your child's progress has happened in those first few weeks of term. So they're the important questions, but there's one other question that I'd like to ask you, Lorraine. If you've got a burning problem, an issue, something that you're concerned about that you want to bring up at Parents' Evening, is that the right time to discuss it?
I think it's fine to mention it, but don't expect to be able to discuss it with the teacher. And I think it's very wise to think about ahead of time. If you have a burning question and issue, tell the school ahead of time. So set up a different appointment where you want the teacher's undivided attention, and it may well be for much longer than 10 minutes, to discuss something really important. And I think that is the only way to handle it. The teacher will not want to have a burning issue come at them in the middle of Parents' Evening any more than you want to sit there with a lot of other parents around waiting for their turn. So keep it for a separate occasion, and then you'll get a proper piece of advice from the teacher.
So to sum up, Parents' Evening needs to be constructive. You need to learn how your child is doing in terms of their own individual progress. You also need to find out how are they doing compared to others nationally. And any burning issues that you have, that's not for Parents' Evening. That's a rushed 5 minutes, and really you need a quiet, at least half an hour. And teachers are very, very happy to give their time. It can be before school or it can be after school, but make sure that you contact them and arrange that in advance. I hope this has been helpful, and thank you very much for listening.